The note was tucked inside my locker. No name, no signature, just 7 words that made my blood run cold. You look beautiful when you don't notice. I knew that handwriting. I'd seen it on every marked-up paper he'd handed back to me. Every sarcastic comment scrawled in red ink. Every single time, Ethan Cole had made me feel small in front of the entire class. He was my lab partner, my academic rival, and the one person who knew exactly how to get under my skin. He challenged every answer I gave. He questioned every idea I had. He made 2 years of college feel like a war I was constantly losing, and apparently he'd been watching me the entire time. I confronted him after class. Note crushed in my fist, heart hammering like I'd sprinted 5 miles. He was leaning against the wall, arms crossed, looking completely unbothered, that half smirk already forming before I even opened my mouth. "You wrote this," I said, not a question. He looked at the note, then at me. Something shifted in his jaw. "Prove it." "Ethan," the smirk faded. Just slightly, just enough. "Why?" I whispered. "You can't stand me." He pushed off the wall slowly, and the distance between us disappeared in a way that made breathing feel complicated. He was close enough that I could smell cedar and something warmer underneath it. His eyes dropped to the note, then back to my face. And when they met mine, they weren't cold anymore. They were devastatingly honest. "I never said I couldn't stand you," he said quietly. "I said you made me crazy." "That's the same thing." "No." His voice dropped lower. "It really isn't." My chest ached in a way I didn't have words for, because suddenly every argument looked different. Every late night in the library, every time he stayed until I finished, even when he'd already packed his bag, every debate that lasted longer than it needed to. He hadn't been trying to tear me down. He'd been trying to stay close. "You could have just talked to me," I breathed. "You would have walked away." He wasn't wrong. I would have, because this was safer when it was anger. Anger had edges I could hold on to. This had none. His hand came up slowly, almost hesitantly, and tucked a strand of hair behind my ear. His fingers grazed my cheek and stilled, like he was giving me time to leave. I didn't leave. "I still think your methodology is flawed," he murmured against my temple. I laughed, despite everything, soft, undone. "I know," I whispered. And then the space between enemies disappeared completely.